Hey, well, my mind was busy, so I have no idea what I'm going to say, but I thought I'll just hit the button and see what transpires. And a lot's happening in the world, obviously. You know, with our current administration, we got a problem where the true absolute criminals have made their way to the top, made their way to power in a 3D range on the world, so to speak. And therefore, we'll have chaos. We'll have one big dick energy trying to run the world in a way that's dictatorship, fascist. He wants to control you in every which way. And it's for financial reasons, plus the love of power and the cruelty of their getting away with bad behavior. But you know, yeah, I wear, because some people, they think into everything so much, and I probably do too, but I wear these shirts and they got these little sharks on it. Bought a bunch of them back in the day when I was able to, and I liked them because they're comfortable. That's it, period. And I could think of a lot of meanings for that, but I don't know what really it is. We only know what we know. Anyhow, you know, I roll with a limited identity because that's all we are, actually. All we know is what we know. Usually you start thinking you know things because someone else feels like they know it and you believe them. Yeah, that's not a good way to roll. Someone could teach you a way to think. It's way more valuable than follow me, follow me, follow me. I am the way and the truth and the light. I believe in the teachings that, yeah, I am. That kind of I am, you know? So my advice to everyone is to think as big picture as you can. As real as you can. Big picture as you can. And then bring it all back down to you and your avatar connected to that. Doesn't mean anything about your behavior. It doesn't turn you into, oh, I must follow the sun or the moon. You know, I don't know why I said that. Maybe it's a need for someone. Whatever. And so when you go all the way out to the big picture and back to yourself, big picture yourself, it gives you a reality of what's happening to the best that you can tell or know on this planet. Because when you let criminalistic con men, deceivers, liars, those who just flip it all and lie, when you have that in power, and then you can't even trust reports, this is what it is, you're being guided to think like this one way fascism that leads to whatever Trump tells you to do or whatever, you know? So we must think for ourselves. We must realize our individuality, and wherever you're at in your locality, it doesn't change one iota other than it gives you clarity of thought and mind. If you see that you can't have that in your environment, that means whoever's the big dick bully at the top covered this stuff before, but it's worth repeating, I think. Whoever that is at the top that just, you're thinking my way, this is how we understand this stuff and this is why, right? And if you don't reflect back to them a feeling that, yeah, we're on the same page, if you don't give that back to them, it's unacceptable. They'll kick you out for understanding something they just don't understand that way. Because their daddy thought that way, maybe. Maybe their daddy thought that way because their daddy thought that way. Whatever. Just saying. Examples. I often, what I present or sing or do, and it's not that I'm being, the actual me is, I think, on a big scheme, I think that's why I can't help it if I talk like some God, because we only know what we know. And, yep, it's in your NHB that always be ready to make a defense for the hope that is within you. Yep, I did that, and I was defending something that had a cap, but I was sincere about it. I'm glad people was as nice as they were sometimes with all that preaching false light. So I'm glad I'm out of there, and I will always be ready to make a defense for any hopes that I have within me. Why would you not? Think for yourself. Doesn't mean we're not all in different group settings or whatever. But meter reader walking through the yard. And they cut through the bushes here, but I don't blame them. I still have the CDs of it. I would listen. I like some Lionel Richie songs now and then. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I should try that harder, but hey. I wanna be free, so free. I wanna be free to know the things I do are right. Yeah, well, something like that. But you have these types. I remember when Kamala Harris, that is. I know his type. Yeah, they're types. And some of these types, they're so competitive, they'll cheat. So competitive, they'll cheat. So competitive, they'll cheat. Because their ego is so that they can't. They just can't have someone make fun of them. So listen to the story about Donald John. I'll tell him every day, keep their diaper on. If you're gonna step on a big stage and screw over the world and screw over little girls and hiding from the knowledge tree, if you're gonna do all that, you better be ready for the chaos coming back. Even if it's in somebody telling the truth in jokes, and you try to remove them, try to remove freedom of speech. Big buffoon, little baby boy. Anyways, thinking out loud. I still have great appreciation for those that I can take time to listen to, and I think it's important to diversify who we hear our information from, how we learn. More important to learn how to think than to take in all the information and not know where to put it, not have a foundation of anything besides what so-so says. I can't go beyond what they say, so I listen to that and so I know how I got to look at them. It's a shame. that it's like that. That's what I feel called to say. It ain't like that for my life, actually, currently. Maybe in degrees, but that's my business, and this is, when I speak that way, I talk to the world from the view of what I mind feels like wants to say. That's it. And I'm not intentionally attacking anybody. When you have things broken or bad or something's wrong in your body, one does what they can to fix that, or they should. Same thing as you expand that all the way to the planet, to the universe, to our air, to our water, to our bodies, to our nutrients, to our health and mental health. And lies, that just doesn't do it. It's not good for anyone. Not good for anyone. So whole world, ignore the United States for a while, because we're screwed up. But it won't last forever, because it's Scooby-Dooby-Doo season. And we'll see where it goes. And just like a scab that needs plucked off, no, I don't wish everybody exactly well. We are all one organism that don't know how to get along because of the imbalance of wiring, of hatred, and the need to be right, when we could just have peace at any moment if you change your mind. Have a good one.